Well, hello everybody. Johnny Hiland here in Franklin, Tennessee at Studio 19, here on behalf of Destroy All Guitars and Fat Jimmy Amplifiers. Today we're going to look at one of my very favorite amps in the entire world. Folks, it's the Fat Jimmy Avionic. This amp right here, guys, was designed for blackface amp lovers, which I am, and it's a 45 watt, 18 pound amp that blackface lovers can take on an airplane and put it in the overhead compartment of a plane. Right now, guys, I've got it running through a Fat Jimmy 112 cab with a Fat Jimmy speaker in it. I believe it's the C1270, and I'm just amazed at how this sounds, guys. Check this out. Man, oh man, that's just incredible right there. So, actually, I'm going to walk you guys through the front panel of this amp. Of course, all you blackface lovers, we got a bright switch over here. And then we have a volume, treble, middle bass, and Jimmy knob. Now guys, if we roll the Jimmy knob all the way back, we got like what your standard Fender would sound like. Well, of course, only better. That is truly awesome. Now, here's the thing though, with the Jimmy knob, it's just unlike anything on the planet, because as you start turning the Jimmy knob, what happens, guys, is if you're a Danny Gatton lover like me, Danny used to take real low wattage amps, crank them all the way to 10, and then get this monster breakup sound. Well, you couldn't really do that with any high-powered amps. So essentially, even though this is only 45 watts, which I'm used to 50 to 100, you can turn the Jimmy knob up, even if your amp is set pretty loud, and you can add more tube breakup sound to it. So I'm going to roll the Jimmy knob up. It's up to about 2 o'clock right now. Check it out. Now let's roll it all the way up. Check this out. That is pretty sick right there, guys. Now, I know you're hearing some spring reverb, and no, there's no verb in this amp. Right now, I'm running the J-Rocket Boeing spring reverb pedal, and you can do the same. You could run a reverb tank into the front of it. You could add a pedal to it from the, from a pedal board down front, however you want to do it. But guys, look how small this little package is for an amp. Totally incredible. But I want you guys to know, there's an ohmage selector on the back of the amp as well. So all you have to do when you take this baby on the airplane is get a backline cabinet. Could be any Fender cabinet from the Hot Rod series, the Super Reverb, the Deluxe, whatever you want to run. It's got an ohmage switch where you can go from 2 to 4 to 8 ohms. That's pretty awesome. So, and also it's 6L6. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the Jimmy knob all the way back. Well, let's say to probably 10 o'clock, 10 or 11. And I'm going to crank the actual volume up a little more. And of course this 12 is right in my ear, guys, but that's all right. I love it. That is absolutely incredible right there, guys. Now I'm going to bring the Jimmy knob up a little more. Man, oh man, what an awesome sounding amp, guys. So what we've done is we've actually played this amp with some single coils out of my Johnny Hiland JH6 signature Kiesel guitar. But before we switch to humbuckers though, I just want to add a few effects down here and show you what it sounds like and how great it sounds with pedals. So the first thing I'm going to do, bring the Jimmy knob back a little bit, bring the volume back down. I'm going to turn it all the way down until I add my compressor, because every chicken picker loves compressors, right? And then I'm going to add, let's see, let me add a little delay, and let's do that first. Then we'll add a little dirt in a second. Wow, even adding a compressor, guys, it brought up the highs a little bit, but all you got to do is just bring the tone knob back and it responds like a blackface, so it just adds in that extra body. And of course, if it's a little too bright with the compressor on too, fatten it up a little bit with the Jimmy knob. That is just absolutely amazing, guys. So now let's add a little dirt to this as well. So what I'm going to do is turn the volume back down a little more, and I'm going to bring the mid-range up just a touch. So now let's add a little bit of, let's do the Johnny Hiland Grumble Box. What an amazing sound and amp, guys. Not only does it sound like a good old blackface amp, but it holds pedals really well. I think what we need to do now is switch to a humbucker guitar and let you hear this bad boy with some buckers. Well, guys, I've just grabbed onto a Kiesel single cut here with some beryllium pickups in it and plugged this bad boy in. Now what I've done is I've switched distortion pedals now. Now I'm using the analog Alien bucket seat, and check out the tone of this guitar with this amazing amp. Sorry, I went off on a little tangent there, having fun and just enjoying the sustain and the tone of the Avionic. What a killer, killer amp. Man, this would make a really nice jazz amp if you were doing... Beautiful tone all the way around. So now I'm going to crank this bad boy up pretty good with the Jimmy knob cranked all the way. Pretty sick, guys. I just love that. So I'll tell you what I'd like to do now, guys. I'd like to put my single coil guitar back on, my JH6, and we've actually heard this through the Fat Jimmy cabinet, single 12, but now I'd like to plug it into my Avatar 212 with Celestion G12 K100s in it, just to show you how amazing this head sounds through it. Stay tuned. All right, folks, I got the JH6 Johnny Model Kiesel back in my hands, and now we've moved the head down to my 212 Avatar cabinet. Now, guys, just say you were on a gig and you had this thrown to you as a backline cabinet, and you plug the Avionic into it. Here's the tone you'd get, just to show you the example. That sounds truly incredible, guys. And if you have a big, massive pedal board like I do, you can actually roll the volume down quite a bit when you kick on a compressor. And then that just adds a little bit of extra, tone to it. So you can roll the treble off quite a bit. Just a truly incredible tone, guys. You could have any gig, play any gig at all with this amp, and just it would blow your mind, truly. So let's see. We've actually walked through this amp. We've talked about the flyability of it. We've talked about 6L6s. We've talked about the Jimmy control. We've talked about the fact it's 45 watts. We've plugged it into the single 12, the 212. We've tried it with pedals, single coils, and humbuckers. I don't know what more I could do for y'all, but I can tell you this. The Fat Jimmy amps, Avionic, is one of my favorite amps I have ever played. So all you need to do now is contact Cliff Paltreri at DestroyAllGuitars.com and order one of these Fat Jimmy Avionic amps for yourself. This is Johnny Hiland saying I love y'all, and I want to thank Brother Steve Hardesty for shooting all this, Studio 19, love you guys. Rick and Justin Bowman for driving me here today, this old blind boy, and love all you for watching. Make sure you buy a Fat Jimmy Avionics today. God bless, and thanks so much for watching.